Notice if the tongue is in the roof of the mouth. And when do you start to find a rhythm? Excellent. Let's come back to neutral. Take a big sweep up from behind, glutes engaged, come over the top, send the energy down. So we're working with governing vessel as we bend back, drawing arms up, and coming down conception vessel. You can find the flow of energies up and down. Noticing the quality of the breath, the quality of the movements, the nature of the mind, and the spirit. And what is your emotional state right now? We're just beginning. All of these are opportunities to check in. Let's do two more. We'll finish hanging upside down. It's just a beautiful time on this one to hinge, shifting the weight into the balls of the feet, straightening the legs. And again, feel the stretch in the back, right? The water element, the back fascial line. Hanging upside down. Now notice, do you hold tension in your neck? Or have you relaxed it? And the head. Press through the beginning point of the kidney meridian, the balls of the feet. Stretch, and hands can rest on legs if it's helpful for you. If not, they can dangle in the air, they can come to the earth. But try to straighten the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. And then let's inhale up left, big circles, we'll come up left, continuing to twist, and now we get to work with it into the arms as we twist, bringing the arms up over heads. Flowing, twisting and turning. Let's do 3 more. And as before, we'll finish hanging upside down. So make it after this one. Hanging upside down, straightening the legs, shifting the weight into the balls of the feet, deepening the belly breath. And now we're ready, inhaling upright. Big circles as we come upright, coming down left. Find yourself flowing. Twisting and turning. Breathing deeply. Always an opportunity to be present in the moment. Notice if your mind is wandering. Let's do 3 more. Finish hanging upside down. After this one, hang upside down. Relaxing neck and head, straightening the legs, press through the balls of the feet. Deepen the belly breath. And arms with the ears slowly rise up using your core strength. Let the shoulders draw down the back, open and close the hands. Just faster and faster, just for a few seconds. Well, maybe a few, more than a few, but you get the gist. Keep going just a little bit. And then we can let that subside. Slowly let the arms float down. Once they come down to the side, let's shake them out. You can alternate. You can really shake or be a little bit more gingerly. Continue with the deep belly breath. Excellent. We can let that begin to slow. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Choose a direction and start to stir the soup. Deepening the belly breath. Around and around we go. This here is very important, especially with the twisting we're going to be doing to awaken this area and help open it up, the belt channel. Do 2 more circles, returning back to neutral. Go the other way. Whatever the other way, and check back in again with your Qigong stance. Crown of the head stretching to the heavens. Side bend in the knees. Toes straight ahead. Feet, hips, shoulder widths apart. Deep belly breath. And 2 more. And then we'll return back to neutral. Let's just come up to the waist for a moment. Teeny tiny circles with the tailbone. Choose your direction. Not too many. And then back to neutral, go the other way. Excellent. Back to neutral now. Let's just draw the shoulders up back and set them down. Just a few shrugs. Move the arms, turn the head if you like. So especially for those of you that may have some neck challenges, I love to turn my head here. It's actually quite nice to do. We'll use this as the neck turning or the head turning. And then back to neutral, up, forwards and down. And again, you could bend the knees as I'm doing if you like. You can move the arms. The same deep belly breath. And back to neutral. Now, shift the weight into the left leg, take the right leg up, out, around, and set it down. And left leg up, out, around, and down. We just do this 5 times. Try to find your balance. We'll count that as 3 sets. So there's 4, 5. Maybe we got an extra 1 or 2 in there. Coming back. Now, we're going to shift the weight. Let's do the right leg this time. Bring the left leg up. Go backwards, out and around. Set the left leg down. The right leg up. Backwards, out and around. And we'll do this for a few sets. So here again, it's very important to work into this lower part of the body, the circle walking. So for those of you that are doing this is your introduction. I know some of you have done my class before where we've done it. There's many levels of the circle walking. So we're doing it for the medical purposes. You can get very involved if you're doing it for the martial arts application. 1 more set. And we're starting, as you do, regardless of which one you're doing, with the feet. We come back to neutral and the legs, and then we work into the arms, and then there's changing positions and all that. So we're back to our neutral for a moment, deep belly breaths. Let's inhale, sweep back up. Exhales, come down, bring the fingers to the inside of the legs, just above the knees. Take the knees left to right as we circle around. And back to neutral, go the other way now. And last one. And then we'll come back. Let's take the knees forwards. You can bring the thumbs to the inside now, the fingers to the outside forwards, out away from each other and backwards. Good. Now backwards, out away from each other, forwards and inwards. So different hand positions here, depending upon what it is. I just gave you 2 of them to play with. You know them from different ways of holding the knees or the legs. Sweep up to the heavens. We'll slowly draw down, wrists together right up at the eyes. Circle around, just coming in and then out. Maybe you went the other way. Natural deep belly breath, always touching the wrists, very important. These are key acupressure points. And one more, finishing through. Now go the other way. Come back through, rolling around. Oh, rolling, see, we're rolling the wrist. Prep for rolling the ball. And last one, finishing with the arms through, hold it for a moment, inhales open out to the sides, stretch out with the fingertips, just stretch, imagine you were sending energy out through the tips of the fingers, especially the middle finger. Exhales, lowering those hands down. Now, female gender, right foot back, male left, circle around 9 times each direction on your floor. Be careful not to scrape your feet. It's more challenging in shoes. But you try to get the top of the foot and the bottom of the foot to the floor where the big toe, adjacent toe come together. That's one point. The ball of the foot is the other. So again, nice quick set. Press down to the top of the foot. Press, press, press. Just bend the standing leg a little bit and press, press. Deepen the belly breath. Excellent. And you can come up, kick a few times if you like, circle around again if that feels good to you. Switch foot, do the other one. Deep belly breath. So here, if you recall, we work with kidney and liver. Then when we press down to the top of the foot to affect the stomach. Pressing down, deep belly breath. Then you can kick a few times, circle around, flex to what you did on that side. And now, welcome to our beginning circle walking. So again, if it's important for you to have something in the center, I'm just going to move my cushion here. Now, I don't know if you can sway. Yeah, you'll be able to maybe see it. Now, yeah, let's see if I can draw it back. Well, close enough. You can see the top of it. So let's start going counterclockwise. Yes, counterclockwise. It's a good place to start. So once again, find yourself on this imaginary circle. Some of you, AJ has his own little Bagua circle mat, and he's using that. So you have the feet pointing to the counterclockwise position around that imaginary circle, right? Deep belly breath. So today, we're going to start with the ball rolling posture. We're going to spend a couple of minutes here just getting used to it. Then we'll go back to the beginning and we'll go through, okay? So let's first find ourselves situated in the posture. So we start with the feet, right? Hips width apart, toes pointing in this direction, same line, straight ahead, but on that imaginary circle, right? Slight bend in the knees, maybe 1 to 3 inches, you decide. Check back in now with what's happening. The hips, they're level, the tailbone's pointing down, and then we have the deep belly breath. The chest, you feel as if it's kind of sunken in. And the back, behind the heart and the lungs, that's drawing up to the heavens, as is the crown of the head. So your chin is level or slightly dipped. Deep belly breath. And we're just going to hold this standing posture here for a few seconds. Looks good, AJ. Yes, Nicola. It looks nice. Good, Melissa. Amy's disappeared, but I know she's there. Leah's just if you have a mirror or something, you just have to you get used to this, okay? Where you are. Right now, we're not twisting, are we? We're just holding this steady. Try to fixate on one point with the eyes. Maybe it's slightly forward as in down, like maybe 8 feet in front of you. Maybe it's straight ahead off kind of in the distance. The breath is deep. Where's the tongue? Roof of mouth. Excellent. So now, what I'd like you to do is we are going to, the left arm, because we're going counterclockwise, will be on the inwards, focused inwards. So well, they're both going to be focused inwards, but let's just draw the arms up, just kind of come up the midline of the body and take the left arm forwards about shoulder height, well, chest height, let's just say chest height. And the upper arm's going to keep coming up over the crown of the head. And then you can imagine now we have relatively relaxed wrists. So I want you to make sure there's a slight bend in that left wrist, okay? So the fingers are pointing down a little bit, not way down, right? Don't overdo it. Just a gentle, tiny flex, okay? Over the crown of the head now, the fingers are spread apart, but just softly, right? And the palms are hollow. And so like above the crown of the head, you could feel maybe a connection between that 100 meeting point and your palm. And so the fingers are pointing towards one another. Okay, so we're holding this. Now we're just going to twist in a little bit towards the center. So I want you to twist. Where do you twist from? Twist from the waist into the center. Good. So now you all hold that, and I want you to feel. So you can feel what this is like. You're all budding wizards, breathing, deep belly breath. So can you feel the energies? This is one of the things. So you remember, 2 different meridians we're working with, right? Pericardium, sacrum around the heart, so it affects the heart, and the triple warmer, your internal thermostat. Check in with the legs. It looks pretty good. I'm going to come over and just take a peek and see what I can see. That's why it's important. If I can see good, so the palm is facing, the upper palm is facing good. AJ, looks good. Nicolaya, make sure that in this case, the right arm is overhead. The elbow points behind you, but it doesn't have to be directly behind you, right? You don't want to overdo it. You want to make it too tense. And when I mean behind you, I mean to the side. It's not behind your back, right? That wouldn't make sense, yes? Okay, very nice. Let's step with the left foot. And again, just find your own cadence here. We're just stepping, so we're just taking nice steps. Deep belly breath. And you're walking this. This is Melissa's favorite because it's holding the arms up, I think. Strengthening the back, the shoulders. So where is that left elbow? You can imagine if you were to draw a line inwards, it would come in sort of to the solar plexus area maybe. The left wrist is roughly chest level, maybe shoulder level. And you probably have about, 8 to 12 inches between the crown of the head and the upper hand. Now you can try raising the arm up, but what happens if you raise that left arm up, you're going to draw the shoulders up. So we want those shoulders relaxed. Deep belly breath. Good, that's it, Lee. Nice, you're looking over that left hand. That's why this front hand is pointing inwards and down a bit. We're looking like it's right over the wrist. And start to notice, do you feel, your book describes a pulling forwards. Maybe you feel it. Walking the circle. Some of you may be like, oh my gosh, my arm is getting tired. Let the shoulders draw down the back. Excellent. Now we're just working up on 2 minutes. We'll switch at 2 minutes. So you may think this is a very long time. So we find our own cadence right now. That's what we're looking for with the stepping. Remember the two different types of steps, the swing and the hook. The outer foot hooks and the inner foot swings. Excellent. Now everybody step with the outer foot. So we're going to turn the right toes in towards the left. We'll let the arms come down now. Come down to the sides. Pausing for a moment. And then as we turn the left foot out, we're just doing 2 point. We're going to do 4 point in a moment, but 2 point right now. Let the arms come back up the midline. The left goes overhead, the right comes into the circle. Again, set yourself up. We're keeping the feet apart at the moment. So soften. Remember the right arm is not totally straight. Bend to the wrist. That is the elbow. Good, that looks good. Okay, from what I can see, looks very nice. Twist inwards if you haven't. And step right foot. And follow the circle. Deep belly breath. Twisting and stepping. Soft bend in the knees. So you connect with the earth through the feet, but you feel the drawing upwards to the heavens with the crown of the head. Excellent. Keep going. I'm going to come and just look and see how everyone's doing. Finding your own rhythm so you don't stumble or trip or wobble. That's it, AJ. Nice. AJ, relax. Let your fingers point down a little more. I want to see a little bit more flex. That's it. Much better. And Lee, the same thing for you. With the right hand, let the fingers point down a little more. Bend at the wrist. Yes, there you go. No overbend, just a nice little bend. Let's see, Nicola. Keep going to see how you're doing. Melissa, yeah, that's good, Melissa. Nicola, extend your right arm a little more. I think it's the right, isn't it? Or do we change directions and now I'm talking? Yeah. Good, keep walking. Yeah, so let the elbow come in a little bit, Nicola. Don't have that elbow out to behind you, but rather straight out from the side. That looks good. Amy, I hope if you're walking, I'm not sure where you're at now in terms of your walking. Twisting inwards, keep going just a little longer. Excellent. Walking the circle. Soft bend in the knees. Good. Now step with the left foot. And then turn the toes in. Let the arms come down to the sides. And we'll adjust our right foot and we'll just face into the circle now. You can bring female right hand to belly, male left, the other hand over top. Switch it up if you like. And just focus for a moment on rolling the ball or holding the ball palm. So different ways of characterizing it. What do you feel? Good. So now we're going to, before we move on to the other postures, I'm going to introduce you to the 4-step turns. So I will stand here. I think you can see me. I can see myself. So I'm going to stand facing counterclockwise as before. So I'm going to step. All I'm doing, I'll keep my hands at my side. I'll step the right foot forwards. I turn the right toes in to the circle. See, they're almost touching. You say, oh, that's what we've been doing, right? But now the left foot is going to pivot all the way around. So now it faces outside the circle. And then I will swing my right foot around. And then I turn my right foot to go the circle clockwise, and I would step left. Okay, so it goes from inside, so I'll face this way again. So it's like six different pieces. I will have in the presentation a slide, but 6 different pieces, but 4 distinct movements that are reflected in the turn. So we have the step with the right foot. That's the first of the 6. The pivot in, there's 1. The left foot now pivots on the heel around, 2. And then the right foot swings around. And then I pivot the right foot back out. There's 4. And I shift the weight and step with left. Let's do it one more time. So follow along. So we're facing counterclockwise. And then we'll do the 2-step, and you can say, oh, I get it. But we're doing the 2-step with this one anyway, aren't we? So we step right foot, turn the right toes in, swivel the left foot around, as far back outside the circle as you can go. So you start, oh my gosh, you feel this in the inner part of the groin, right? Then we swing the right foot around, like that's the hook step. Pivot now, the right foot out, and begin to step left foot. And then you could keep going. So we'll go the other direction now. So turn to face clockwise, same principles. This time we step with the outer foot, we step the left foot. So it hooks, right? Left foot hooks. Yes, and turns in. Right foot now swivels all the way out and around. And then we swing that left foot around, turn the left foot back out to the left, yes, and then shift the weight in the left leg and come around with a hook step with the right foot. And now you're going the other direction. So that's known as the 4-step. And then the easy one is the 2-step, right? That's what we've been doing. So we'll face counterclockwise for a moment. We'll do the 2-step. Step the right foot, turn the toes in, turn the left foot out, and now you step with the inner leg. So here you swing, right? So you don't kick your ankle, and then left foot hooks. So that's the easy one. That's the one you learn with. And then if you want to get a little more fancy, you can do the 4, and then we'll eventually do the Tai Chi symbol turn. Okay, so let's go clockwise, and we'll just do 2-step. So we step outer foot, pivot the toes in, turn the right foot out, and we take left foot now through, swing, and then hook. Yes, 2-step. Now we'll go clockwise, and we'll just practice with the 4-step. So once again, we're going to step the left foot, pivot the toes in on left foot, right? Okay, then we swivel that left foot out. Swing the right foot around. Now we're facing outside. Then we pivot on the right foot. And we shift away in the right, and we swing, or hook the left foot around. Any questions about that? Okay, if there aren't any questions, let's continue. We're going to go counterclockwise. So you can choose, I'll walk you through the 4-step. We'll do it a couple of times just so let's start with our first posture we learned, which is our downward facing palm, right? This is the beginning one. For all of the Bagua circle walking, you should begin with this one. So remember, we're working with governing conception vessels here, central channel. So let's first find our posture with the feet, soft bend, the hands, remember, fingers pointing in, hollow centered palm, twist inwards with from the waist, yes? Looking in, and begin to step left foot. Deep belly breath. Circling, flowing, Keep the twist. So you feel this in your kidneys. That's how you know you're doing it properly. The lower dantian. Be careful not to roll one shoulder in and leave the other one hanging, right? So we want to have that hollow chest. We're not puffing out the chest, but a long spine. Excellent. Keep going. Just coming to look. So fingers pointing soft, soft fingers spread apart gently. Good. Finding you're comfortable. Nice. That looks very nice. Yes. Good. Nicola, you might want to speed it up a little bit so you don't feel like you're going to fall over. That's the first thing I see is if I see someone who's wobbling, then they should speed up a little bit because over time you practice where you can slow it down. But then there's a super rapid one too, where you're literally like running, and that's very challenging too. I would like see people run into a tree or a pole when they get going. Deep belly breath. Yes, very nice. Okay, so now let's step with that outer foot. Okay, pivot it in. Pivot the left foot all the way around now, as far back behind you to the outer circle. Step the right foot in. Good. Now, pivot the right foot back out to the circle, to the perimeter of the circle. Yes. Shift your arm position in, so twist in. Shift the weight into the front leg and begin the hook step with the left foot and go the other way. So that's the 4-step. Deep belly breath. Walking the circle. So we're learning the first, this is the best way to walk. This is the one we typically do in the Dragon Gate lineage. Deep belly breath, so nice. Keep twisting. And just feel it. Feel it in the kidney. Soft bend in the knees. Yes. Remember, hands are in front of the belly, lower dantian, front of the navel. So you might notice that you're feeling a little warm. Perhaps some of you are perspiring already. That would be natural. Soles of the feet just moving along to keep you steady. Good. Now we'll step with that outer foot. Turn the toes in towards the right. Excellent. Now pivot the left foot all the way around. Well, excuse me. I want to go the other way. I totally turn the right foot all the way around. Yes. I had to go the right direction. Yes. Now take the left foot around. Good. And we're going to change positions now so you can let the arms come down. And our next posture is to have it up holding palms, right? So swivel your left foot out. Let the arms flow up the center. Open, out. And now imagine you're holding a bow, okay? So we're going to keep the feet apart right now for this. So just left foot should be on the line or just outside of it. So facing counterclockwise. Now bring your bow in so that you have, remember the bow fits in between, sternum presses against the bow, the bend of the bow, right? And the hands are relaxed and they're holding the ends of the bow. Shift the weight into the left leg, twist inward and swing, or rather hook the right foot, and then just keep coming around, walking counterclockwise. Be sure to look into the circle and know if the arms are straight out from the side, you don't quite have it. So bring those arms in a little bit. Good. Nicholas, straighten the arms just a wee bit more for me. Yep. So there's a soft bend in the elbow. Nice. That's it, Melissa. And the hands are roughly shoulder height. Elbows are just below. Goodly. That's it, AJ. Keep going. Deep belly breath. Walking the circle. Inhaling and exhaling. So this is the second movement. Your book has this way, and it has it as the third movement. It has it in two different locations, two different ways. But we do this in Dragon Gate this way. And so you will find different schools, different lineages, slight variations. Excellent. So let's just do two-step this time. We'll take the right foot forward, pivot in. We'll keep the arms up. Pivot in with the right toes. Turn the left foot out. Twist back into the circle. And then step right foot, the inner foot, right? And you're going clockwise now. Twisting inwards, check in with your bow. So you should feel this like, it's like a stretch behind the heart and thoracic spine. It's like a little rounding, isn't it? So we're not collapsing the front of the body. A little bit of hollowing out. But see if you notice the energies in the hands and the arms here. The natural, deep, expansive odor. Check back in with your stance. Finding your own perfect, balanced flow. Good. Melissa, bring your arms a little more forward for me. So any of you have someone in the house who has a bow and arrow, if next time you have a bow, you're going to hold it. So maybe I should send you out to shop. Go to a Toys R Us or something. I don't think that's in existence anymore. Go to a local reservation perhaps, and you find a bow. Don't go to Cabela's or something like that. I think that might be over the top, you know. So breathing, good. So Nicola, be careful not to bend the elbows too much. That's it, AJ. Good, Lee. Lee, same thing. Don't bend the elbows too much. Arms forward, relax wrist. Just imagine you're holding the bow. So it would be so nice if we all had bows, you know, then we could hold them. All right, so we're going, I have to look and see. You're going clockwise, right? Good. So we're going to step. Let's step with that outer foot. Turn the toes in and swivel the right foot all the way around. We'll go back to four-step. We'll step the left foot across. Let the arms come down. And then so let's just keep them at the sides for a moment. Turn the left foot out. Now, we'll practice this step. We're just going to step the right foot up to meet the left. So we'll come up. So here's another way to transition. Now the arms can flow up, so we can bring them up from the sides. This would be a transition. So if they were up, you were holding the bow, you would just bring them in. But we brought them down. So we're going to bring them up from the side. The fingers come in. Okay, so let me turn so you can see me if you can. So I was here, yes, and I just flow up from the outsides and come in. Now my palms open in front for moon pushing palms, yes? And then I'll twist in. Fingers slightly spread apart, elbows point out to the side. They're not dropped down and they're not up above the hands. They're just probably level or slightly below my hands and wrists. Twisting in now, and then I step left foot. And you can step right too. You just decide which one do you want. Do you want to do hook? It doesn't matter to me. Just step. And then just continue to walk. Twisting, we're going counterclockwise, twisting and walking. So moon embracing palms. I might have said moon pressing palms too. So here again, this is the one. Why do I say pressing? Can you feel it? You should feel like, oh my gosh, I'm actually pressing. There's some resistance. Deep belly breath. Inhaling, exhaling. So nice. Keep going. Breathing. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. So allow for that little bit of space between the heart and the chest. Don't bring the hands in too close to the chest. Let's have this nice little space. I always like to say maybe 30 degrees. Some of you might have a little bit more, but 30 degrees would be nice. Excellent. So we'll step with the right foot, the outer foot. We'll pivot the right foot in. We'll just do two-step now. Twist with the left out. Twist back into the circle, palms pressing in, and go with inner foot. Stepping and breathing. Walking the circle. Good. You're going the other way now. Deep belly breath. So this is the third movement. So we've been going for, 20 minutes, maybe something. I think maybe more like 15 of this so far. Yeah, I think that's right, 15. Continuous walking. Soft bend in the knees. Hands are in front of chest. Elbows pointing out. Good, keep going, so nice. Notice where you start to feel fatigue. So you're looking for the dynamic here. This is about identifying the chi, feeling the chi, moving the chi through the body. Excellent. Continue to check in. Are you twisting? Are you looking into the circle? Soft bend in the knees. Shoulders are relaxed. Remember, shoulders are relaxed. Deep belly breath. Excellent. Now let's step with the outer foot. Pivot the left toes in. Let the arms come down. Pivot the right foot all the way out behind you. Step across with the left foot. Now we're facing the outer circle. We'll pivot the left foot back around, toes pointing counterclockwise. We'll step in with the right foot just to set up. So now we're even. Check back in with our stance. We'll flow the arms up this midline, taking the left arm forward, right arm overhead. Relax in that wrist, left wrist. Twist into the circle and step left foot. And now ball holding palm or ball rolling palm. Deep belly breath. So can you identify the circle? Your book speaks of this, the energy, the cycle of energy flowing. There's a couple of them you might experience here. Deep belly breath, so nice, keep going. Good, and yep, okay, very nice. So you will always find if that wrist is too straight, so Melissa, check in with the left wrist, maybe lower the fingers a little bit. Nope, not up, down. Yes, Lee, good. Nicola looks nice. Yeah, Nicola, relax your wrist a little more too. So the fingers, left fingers point down, yes. That's it, AJ. So you want to feel just a little bit. It's called the Neiguan point in the wrist, okay? Neiguan, N-E-I-G-W-A-N, Neiguan. And so it's the point for the stimulates the pericardium, the heart, and the lungs. Excellent. Okay, so we'll step the right foot And we're going to let the arms, in this case, float down. We can cross in front. You can do this simultaneously. So the right foot came in, right? Toes touch, the left foot will go out, will go right into the opposite. Arms come up overhead. So right arm out, soft bend in the wrist, left arm overhead, shift away to left leg, and step right. Just 2-step. Deep belly breath. Checking back in with your stance. Soft bend in the knees. Twisting, looking inwards over that right palm. The deep belly breath. Ask yourself what is happening now. That's the key question to ask. What are you aware of? What is different? Can you feel this in the ribs? Like that sense, your book speaks of the left side here. It's almost as if it's being pulled upwards. Good, keep going, checking back in, breathing. Looking into this, look over the hand. So Melissa, check, look over that right hand, yes. Good, that's it, Lee, looking over the right hand. Nice, Nicola, keep going. Good, AJ, check in with the legs. Try to have the even stride. And then we're coming around, so let's just, coming back around, going to finish momentarily. Stepping with the left foot, turning the toes in, and we'll just swivel the right foot to even, let the arms come up from the sides and down the front. Bringing the hands to the belly, female right, male left, the other hand over top. Close the eyes, soften, and breathe. Feel the imprint of circle walking today. What are you aware of now? What is happening now? And we'll slowly raise the hands up in front of the face, vigorously rub them together as we create some heat. Place them over the eyes, allow for the inwards penetration of life force. And one more time. Placing the hands over the eyes. You can slowly, slowly open the eyes behind the hands and just let the hands drift down. We'll come around, a gentle encapsulation of the right fist with the left palm, a gentle bow. Excellent. So thank you. We're going to have our slideshow now. It won't be too long. I know we only have about 8 minutes left of class. So just take a moment if you need to get to your computer or whatever. Lee, if you want to stay and join, you can. I'm going to screen share, but if you need to go, that is also fine. You do what you need to do. And let me just get some water. When I have some, good. So to settle in, I'll do the screen share just a moment. All right, welcome back. Toast walking. Let me go to screen share. Let's see, there we go. Okie doke, and we're going to do desktop. Come on. Share. Okay. Yes, except this is what I want. And we'll go here and we will do slideshow. Play from start. Okay, very good. All right, so first of all, do we have any questions about what we just went through? Remember to unmute yourself if you have a question. I'm assuming not, since nobody's saying anything. Okay, so here we have the picture from your book, or the two pictures, two different sections, and I gave you the page numbers for it. I think what's key for you to remember is we're putting together these circuits within the body, right? So we're referencing Han Juin and Han Xiaoyang. So
Michael, we cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, let me think. What do I need to do?
I can hear you, Michael.
Okay, Nicola, how come you can't? AJ, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear
Melissa?
you, Michael. I can hear you.
Nicola, how come you can't hear me then? Nicola, can you hear me now? Ah. Nicola, can you can't hear? So, Nicola, perhaps you try to get out and come back in, or check your volume, see what's happening there, but everybody else can hear. So we'll come back to this image. So Han Juin and Han Xiaoyang. So remember that the Juin part is referencing the interior or the beginning. So it means it's the most interior, right? And so if you recall about the Xiao part, it's in this case the triple warmer, but it's the crossroads. So it's the middle point. And so it's therefore the pivot. So the energy is being pivot like that hinge, yes? And the interior is where it goes the deepest inside, and then it flows back out. Now, if your hinge is operating properly, it will allow for the movement. If it's interfered with, then it's going to get stuck on the inside, right? So it supports and nourishes the 5 phases. What are the 5 phases? What are the 5 phases? Someone?